So we are doing the Saptagiri 3-in-1 incenses, and we done one of them yesterday. We did Rajat yesterday. So this pack has 3 individual packs in this: Rajat, Navratri Flora and Blue Flame. So we done Rajat yesterday. Today we'll be seeing Navratri Flora. So this is Saptagiri Navratri Flora. It comes in a pack like this, and this is 40 grams of incense. So let's check this out today. Namaste all you fragrant people, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So today we have this incense which comes in a clear pack like this, like we had yesterday. It comes in a clear pouch like this, and the 40 grams of incenses roughly translates into somewhere around, I guess, 35-40 incenses, something like that. So this is what we have. The incense that we get inside is this hand rolled incense, which is brown in color with a lot of masala on top, which is light brown in color. And this has an orange bamboo coal. This orange color is very nice. It actually gives me that feeling of ashram. So this is like the typical saffron, the kesar color, the bhagwa color, you know. So I really like this color. So this is there. And even though the bamboo core is not really sturdy, it's good enough. And oh yeah, so going by its length, you know, this is going to be there around for 45-55 minutes. That's the kind of incense, you know, that's the kind of life this has. And it so this also is another Flora fragrance with a little bit of a difference like you. So the one that we saw yesterday, Rajat, had more of an ashram feel to it, but this has more of a temple feel to it. So like this, in Navratri Flora, it actually give you that feeling of, you know, Durga Puja or Navratri, something like that. So this is like that. And even though this is a Flora fragrance, Flora fragrances typically have that temple-like feel to it, but it may also have that ashram kind of feel to it. So when I say temple-like feel, it's more of a combination of resin and floral with a very pronounced sweetness. That's what we have. When I say it's like more of an ashram kind, so the ashram kind will have more pronounced resinous note to it and a subtle sweetness somewhere at the base. So the Rajat was more of a subtle you know, sweetness with it was an ashram feel. It was an incense with an ashram feel. This is more of a temple feel. So this is like more of a nice matured blend of resin and floral, and it's a nice pronounced sweetness to it. That's what we get in the top note. Yeah, so that's what we have in the top note. When we light up the incense, the fragrance that we get is, so the fragrance has exactly been translated into smoke. With many, you know, for many incenses it's not like that, but for this one it's like that. So the incense fragrance profile is nice floral, resinous kind of note with a nice sweetness, which is like quite prominent. So that's the kind of fragrance profile it has. A nice Flora fragrance, which is a very nice blend. You know, Tulsi Flora fragrances have a really nice fan following of theirs. You know, they have a loyal customer base because the fragrance is so divine. The blends are all mostly really nice. And, you know, Sugandhlok is one of their offshoots. So it's one of their, you know, another brand that Sarthi International has. So one is Tulsi and the other one is Sugandhlok. Sugandhlok also has many Flora fragrances, and Sugandhlok is mainly their, you know, flower circle incenses. So this is there. Of course, you can get all of these incenses. Like I said, you know, I have got these incenses from Scenting Secrets. So visit scentingsecrets.com. Apply the code DJ7 to get a 7% additional discount. And Scenting Secrets also has very many other incense related and, you know, home aroma products. So you might just want to go and check out their camphor cones are there, scented candles, and, you know, wax smells and stuff are there. So you just go and check out Scenting Secrets. So this is so the incense is a nice Flora, you know, Flora Agarbatti blend. It's a nice temple kind of feel to it. So if you ever have a gathering, which, you know, a spiritual gathering, or probably for your puja, for your jap, you know, something like that, this is going to be good. This is actually really going to be good for pujas that you do at night, you know. So if you at night, if you do some kind of sadhana, or, you know, probably some kind of part which is you know, Durga ji or Lakshmi ji's part, or any of those parts that are usually done at night. For Bhairav ji, of course, you know, there's a part that needs to be done at night. For Bhairav Puja, it's specifically at night. So if you light up this, and you know, it is always a good practice to light up a very nice fragrant incense, you know, when you're doing pujas at night. So especially stay away from any of those contemporary fragrances. Go for traditional ones like masala fragrances or flora fragrances, or probably guggal or rose, you know, depending on which deity you're praying to. So go for those incenses. So this is one of those incenses which is going to be really nice for those nighttime pujas, for the sadhanas. You know, during the Navratri we have this puja at night for Ashtami. You know, Kal Ratri Puja it's known, so Nisha Puja it's known as. That's what we call it in our region, Nisha Puja. That's specifically the name for the puja that is done on the night of Ashtami during Navratri. So if you have any of those kind of pujas, you know, donate these kind of incenses to temples or the puja places around your houses. You know, you have those pandals where you have a puja going on. It's a really good practice to go and, you know, donate these incenses there. Of course, you know, the incenses will be lit up there, and, you know, because you have donated, so it's your karma that is at play out there. It's going to be a really good one for you. And specifically if you give out the incenses, you know, with a little kind of prayer that you have something in mind, you know, it might just come true. I'm not saying it is like that, but it might just. So that's what it is. So you can use these incenses for those for those purposes. Now if we talk of the intensity is like 4, so it is like not even midnight, but the body is nice, it's sure, it has a sure presence. That's the kind of intensity this has. If we talk of diffusion, the diffusion capacity is quite good, so it diffuses to a large area. And light this up in your angan or open spaces, you know, entrance, balcony, anywhere, any of these places where you might want the fragrance to go, you know, make a large space fragrant. This is going to be a really nice one. So if we talk of retention, the retention was for around what, 4 to 5 hours. Like for Rajat it was around 3 to 4 hours, and even though Rajat was on the scale of 5, on the intensity scale of 5, this is on an intensity scale of 4, but the retention is for around 4 to 5 hours. So that's the kind of retention this has. If you like those nice incenses which give a nice temple like feel to your place, you might just want to go for this one. So I really like this incense, the Navratri Floras, 5-star to this one again. So that's what we had today. This is Tulsi Saptagiri 3-in-1. We had Navratri Flora, we've done Rajat. If you haven't checked out the episode, just check that episode somewhere. So you just want to go and check that out. So that's the episode that we had today. The quiz that we had yesterday was name my favorite Nag Champa incense. So the answer is Golok Nag Champa. That's my favorite. So the quiz that we have today is which incense fragrance is the aroma of the soil? Name that incense fragrance. So that's the quiz that we have today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. If you liked it, give it a like. This is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.